Okay, so what I actually used to strip the inside of the old paintwork that had not been etch primed or whatever, I actually used nitromoss, and when you're using this stuff it's deadly, right? It is a caustic thing. Always wear rubber gloves and goggles. I just applied it with a brush and then just scraped it off and then washed it later on, right? And always wear gloves because it's deadly stuff. I mean, I actually got a splash down inside my glove and it's actually burnt my hand, so be very, very careful. What I actually used to cut the aluminium, as I say, I use this section, which is, as you can see, it's a box section with strengthening ribs running down the full length. I hope you can see that. When you're cutting aluminium, you can either use a jigsaw, or what I used was a cutting wheel on an angle grinder. Now, don't go to your DIY warehouse or general hardware store, because these cutting wheels contain what they call free iron, right? So they have particles of metal inside, and what will happen, all the swarf and everything else will be contaminated by metal, iron, and it will rust when it gets wet and actually attack your aluminium if it's lying on your aluminium. You can't clean every bit up. So what you need to do is go to a specialist fixing and fitting hardware store and ask for a cutting wheel that will cut stainless steel. So this doesn't contain free iron, it will not contaminate your aluminium and start it to degrade. So there's no metal in that at all. I think it's aluminium oxide, I'm not sure. And there again, safety, always use goggles and a pair of gloves. And as I said, I actually use this to strengthen the transmitter. You can see I just cut it to shape or whatever. And I also cut this off, which is the actual rear seat. I'm going to fit that so that with that on, cut off, sorry, on the actual stern, so I can get me petrol tanks and everything underneath. So what I'm going to do now, I have just a few bits to finish off on the transom, and then I'll get on to, I've got a massive big 3mm checker plate aluminium that I'm going to cut to shape and fit between the ribs inside the bolt. So when that's in and it's all sealed, and I'm going to fill this with expanded foam. So I'll crack on a bit with that and get that. You can actually get